It's about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skilled by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Hamilton in there too with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden Barrett and an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Are we live? Hello, viewers out there. You're welcome to Sports Orbit, reaching you from Leadership TV. My name is Afa Acho. Salifu Usman is right here at me. Salifu, welcome to Sports Orbit once again.
Thank you, Alpha. It's always a pleasure to be on yet another sport edition of Sport Orbit.
Of course, on Sports Orbit, we'll continue our coverage of the ongoing 2022 Commonwealth Games currently taking place in Birmingham, United Kingdom. And so far, so good. It looks like Team Nigeria has been, living up to expectations. And of course, just in the early hours of today, Nigeria's trio of Favor Ogene Tejuri, Ashe, Raymond Ekwevo, and Godson Ogene Brume all qualified for the semi-final of the men's 100 meters event at the competition. Having all 3 representatives featuring in the semis increases Nigeria's chances of finishing with a medal in the Blue Ribbon event, while Ashe and Ekwevo finish among the top 10 from the heat in times of 10.12 seconds and 10.14 seconds to get automatic qualification spots. Ogene Brume had to wait with his time of 10.36 seconds to get passing as one of the non-automatic qualifiers. Nigeria's fastest man, Ashe, won his heat, beating the likes of Nathaniel, Mitchell Blake, and got too comfortable. And so he just jogged about it. Ekwevo repeated the feat in Heat 4, where he finished faster than Jamaican Kema Belly Cole. Ogene Brume was initially disqualified for a false start, but later reinstated, which somewhat affected his concentration as he finished third in the 6th heat. So far, so good. At least in the 100 meters, we have Nigerians making it to the semi-finals as it stands.
Yeah, that is the perfect one, a good one. There's having 3 Nigerians in the semi-final, just like rightly said, that increases the chances of that they will definitely finish in the on the podium. And from if you look at their timing, Ashe Favor stand a very bright chance to give Nigerians a medal. And the other, what that will be, what the color of the medal will be, I can't see.
Yeah.
But I'm very optimistic that he will likely give Nigeria a medal from the 100 meter. And what it is always a pride and to see your compatriots winning their heat, not just say they qualify, even winning their heat. It's always a pride to see them doing that fantastically well. And I strongly hope that as they go to the semi-final, progress to the final and ultimately give us a medal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you couldn't have said it any better. And talking about medals, of course, also today, Taiwo Liadi also added a silver medal in weightlifting to Team Nigeria. Liadi, who competed in the women's 76 kilogram weightlifting category event, set a new junior Commonwealth record to finish second behind England Maya Lilo, who set a new Commonwealth Games record in the clean and jerk with a lift of 128 kilograms. To set a junior record, Liadi lifted 120 kg in the clean and jerk to beat 11 competitors to the silver medal. With Liadi's silver medal, weightlifting so far has fetched Nigeria 2 gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronze medals, with Adijat Olarinoye and Rafiat Lawal, claiming the 2 gold medals and setting a new, Commonwealth Games record. So, congratulations once again. I mean, I think last week when we were doing, the preview of these Commonwealth Games, we spoke only about, the weightlifters. So far, in almost all major international meets, be it the Olympics, Commonwealth, weightlifting has always, even powerlifting, they have always have a way of, doing the nation proud. And here, once again, so far of all the medals we've won, looks like all of them seem to be coming from one particular sport, which is weightlifting.
Yeah, for weightlifting at the Commonwealth Games, we have excelled well, we have do well perfectly. I remember when Miriam Usman was he started to watch when it comes to weightlifting at the Commonwealth Games, and now those that have taken over from her have also not lifting the guard.
Yeah.
And just like we see, although we are yet to win the medal at the Olympic from the weightlifting at the Commonwealth Games and at the African Championship, we have excelled well.
Yeah.
And so far so good. We have 9 athletes representing us at the Commonwealth Games, and out of the 9, 5 of them already give us a medal, and yet to go. We are still counting. So, and out of the just like 5 medals that we have recorded so far, all came from the lifting. That's kudos to the Weightlifting Federation of Nigeria, and that's kudos to the athlete. And the good things about that is the age of this athlete. They are still very young and still have at least many years ahead of them. And my prayers and my urge to the Weightlifting Federation and the sport ministries and everybody at the authorities that are concerned is to ensure that this particular athlete that have made the podium should be encouraged ahead of the Paris 2024. We should continue to encourage. We should continue to encourage the athletes and to ensure that those athletes give us a medal at the Paris game. That is the ultimate. I don't want a situation whereby we just excel at the Commonwealth and we went into the celebration and forget what is lie ahead. So the Minister of Youth and I strongly believe that in the person of Dr. Abdul Ibrahim, who is the president, very youthful guy, very young guy, who is very passionate about this game and is going to ensure that those athletes are well prepared and well nurtured. And the good things that the IOC grant. And the good thing that the IOC grant is coming out is being given to those athletes, and the Gumele to ensure that they press more on IOC to extend those grants to those individuals athletes for excel so that they can be able to prepare well for the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, I mean, like talking about the ages of these weightlifters, now at least you can see the impact. Fresh blood, especially for a sport that is very physical as weightlifting, you can see the impact of these young bloods who are very fresh, full of bustling with energy. And you made a point there because, like Lead, for instance, is 19 years old.
19 years old.
So
and even the record breaker is just 25 years old. 25 years old, and that he still have at least another 4. He still have up to another 6 years ahead of him, ahead of her to also do well. So. Sport belongs to the youth. Sport belongs to there's no anything you can say about it. The sport is for the youth and the good things, and even the president of the federation before the game, when we are starting, I said, what should we just concentrate on? We appear that the women have taken side. Say yes, that is where our strength lies now.
Exactly.
And you agree with him. There's no need to go and just pack people into the plane and go into the Commonwealth. We are not sure that they are going to give you better. You have to put all your strength on where you believe that you are going to get a result, and that's what they have done so far. But in his own way, that after the Commonwealth Games, they are not going to come back and going to launch aggressive campaign in all the 6 regions, organizing to discover young, youthful men who will also do the country pride at the Commonwealth Games in the weightlifting event, because we can't continue to rely on. I'm not saying the women are not good; they are not supposed to grab, but when we have women excel and have men excel, that will give us more advantage.
I mean, still on the youth issue, so that's one of the benefits of having, competitions where you discover them young, talent hunt competitions, because that's the only way. Because over reliance on aging athletes has not done any nation good. So, like you said, we hope that the federation will follow through with keep organizing these competitions in all the 6 geopolitical zones. Don't forget that the Olympics is just by the way, it's not too far away. So
Yes.
for in the Olympics, I expect a lot of these young athletes we are seeing in the Commonwealth to also, not that when the Olympic comes, then we are saying, yeah, there's nothing wrong in bringing an Olympian who has been there. But if they are going to perform, but some Olympians will just want to make up the numbers. Let it be that I'm participating in my 8th Olympic, even though they are sure that they are not going to, make any podium finish. But it's just to say that, okay, I'm going for the Olympic for the 8th time. But I really think in 2024, a lot, exactly, But for this Commonwealth, I mean, I must say that a lot of young people have come up to show that they have what it takes. So I expect that in all of federations, that a lot of these young people going ahead will be the ones who will at least form the bulk of our athletes that will be taken to Paris in 2024.
Yeah, and at the same time, another positive example we also want to show that is in athletics. Even in athletics, if you watch it vividly and if you look at it very critically well, all our ambassadors who are representing us, they are all youthful within their age. That is also that we have a very youthful team, and that's what the other Minister of Youth and Sport, the person that has always emphasized on. Although if you look at the last Olympic where we failed woefully. Yes, I use that word carefully.
Yeah.
Willfully, but the minister keep on insisting that yes, we shouldn't, and I agree with him that we shouldn't totally condemn our performance at the Youth Olympic. That is, there are some positive signs we need to take away from the Olympic. For instance, yes, we may not have won a medal as we wanted to be, and we may not have performed the way we wanted to be, but there are some positive signs. For instance, most of the athletes are within the very youthful age that they stand that will stand a test of time, and we are beginning to see that sign positively well, that yes, the athletes are within the useful age, and at the same time, even the athlete that done the country proud at the World Youth Championship in Nairobi, most of them are also part of this team already. Exactly. So that is the positive, and that is the positive one we need to emphasize on. And it's good that the only way to go is to go downward, go into the grassroots, and there are many layers, there are many Amosa, there are many improvements across the country. Exactly. It's just that we are not doing what we are supposed to do. And at the same time, even in the area of administration, when we are electing the presidents and they are electing the vice president, is some of the things we also need to look at. Sport is exclusively a youth dominant event. We should only have some people at their 80, at their 60, at their 70, be at the administration managing the food sport. You as an administrator who are managing that, you need to be where the athletes are. You need to be off and running with them. Also, be you around. You have the energy to move around with them, and that is the positive side we are seeing in the area of the weightlifting. Dr. Abdul Ibrahim is within his 40 and he's doing perfectly well, and that's the area to go.
All right, clearly, I mean, still on the Commonwealth Games, where of course, Adibukula Yusuf also won a bronze medal in weightlifting at the ongoing Commonwealth Games. Yusuf lifted a total of 202 kilograms to finish third to claim bronze for Team Nigeria. Of course, Canadian Mauda Charon and Australia's Sarah Maureen Cochrane placed first and second, respectively. So far, Nigeria has won 5 medals. That's 2 gold, 1 silver, 2 bronze medals in weightlifting in Birmingham alone, like we said. So, kudos to the weightlifters. We just hope that as the athletic event finally took off today, that for the athletes too, I'm very sure that some good news too will be coming up from the athletes. Anyway, at this point we'll go on a short break, and when we come back, Sport Orbit continues. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
All right, welcome back from that break. Still on to the Commonwealth. Yes, not too much of a good outing for Team Nigeria in the table tennis event as Nigeria lost 3-1 to India in the second semi-final of the event. The duo of Abiodun Bode and Omotayo Olajide lost 3-0 in the doubles against Desai Hamiad and Nasser Kran Satyan of India. The Indian pair took the three sets 11-6, 11-7, and 11-7, beating that's actually in two sets. In the Nigeria second game, Aruna Quadri also fell to Achanta Sharad Kamal 2-1. He actually took the first set 11-9, while the world number 12 dug deep in the second set to take it 11-7. And the third set, which was entertaining, saw the Indian take it 15-3. In the second single game, also Omotaya and Nasser Kran also ended 3-1 in favor of the Indian player. He took the first set 11-9, while the Nigerian took the second set 11-4. Nasser Kran took the third and fourth set 11-6, 11-8 to send India into the final. So for table tennis, Team Nigeria not doing too well in that one. I mean, Aruna Quadri, I don't know, but looks like when it matters most, he hasn't just been living up to expectations, if I may put it that way.
Honestly, I'm in a big upset and big disappointed because it's like something is terribly wrong somewhere.
No, but in this competition, the other tournaments, he goes and he does well. But coming into this kind of competition, and
that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's what I'm beginning to see when Aruna is putting on a Nigeria color. Don't represent
exactly.
But at the club level, at an individual game, he excelled. We can't expect to have a player, a world number 12 player at the Commonwealth game, and could get to the final of the event. It's really unfortunate.
And this was one of our hopefuls, medal hopefuls.
And we're still hoping that we are going to get a medal from the table tennis. Tennis used to be when Nigeria have the strength.
Exactly.
We used to dominate. Even Turiola at the Commonwealth game, yes, they may not have exactly the Olympic, but at the Commonwealth game always give us a medal. But for us to come into the Commonwealth game and having a player like Omotayo, Aruna Quadri and the rest didn't make a podium. It's really unfortunate. Aruna Quadri needs to check himself and find what is really wrong, because and oftentimes when there's so much hope on him, particularly as the way it happened at the Tokyo Olympic, he was the number one medal prospect at the Tokyo Olympic. He couldn't even get to the next. He couldn't progress to the next round or beyond the preliminary round. And here we are again at the Commonwealth game. Aruna couldn't beyond the semi-final. It's quite disappointing.
It's quite disappointing if you ask me also.
And even him, even he will know he's totally upset. But he should find a solution to this, because he can't keep on being a top star as he is and couldn't win a medal at the Commonwealth and win a medal for representing Nigeria well when he put on a Nigeria color.
Well, for this competition, we haven't found out if he's coaching himself or if his coach followed him along. Remember, in the Olympics, the excuse was that his coaches were not there, so it was like he doing everything himself. But this time around, we haven't been able to confirm if he's training himself or if he took along some coaches with him.
Well, I think he may not have a personal coach, but the team coach, should always will be there with him, because there's no how we're going to the competition without the team coach. The team coach will be there for him. But it's another thing, the team coach is available. It's another thing for that he's taking instruction from the team coach, or he doesn't take instruction from the team coach. But one thing is that Aruna needs to find solution to this. He has become a perennial issue. Anytime he put on the Nigeria color, he doesn't play Nigeria well.
I mean, clearly. Anyway, still on the Commonwealth, quickly we'll take a look at the standings that talking about the medal table today is, of course, day 5 of the Commonwealth, and let's see what the stands at the table are as it is. Producer, if we have that, let's take a look at who is leading so far and who is trying to play catch up in the Commonwealth Games so far. Of course, as of yesterday, Australia were clearly,
Even at this
on top
morning-
as of
even
this
at
morning. Of
Australia
course,
is still
yeah.
topping the medal table. Nigeria, that's why they're still on the ninth position. That's why the additional 2 medals that has come in. But let's say the medal table is ready, so I'll look at it and analyze it critically.
Right, while we are waiting for that, in the bronze medal match that's talking about Team Nigeria table tennis, actually, we had thought they were going to have an opportunity of at least bringing home something, but as it is, they also lost the bronze medal match to England, losing in 3 sets. The Nigerian players did their best to get this far in the team event, but for now, we'll now switch their attention to their respective singles and doubles events. So we're hoping that at least in the bronze medal match, maybe they might have come up with something, but as it is, they still lost that one once again.
Well, it means that everything has concerning the Commonwealth Games, except the para-table tennis now, that we are not going to we expect something. Commonwealth Games and the table tennis, it's like the hope is closed. Well, but it's not totally a bad performance. We also give kudos to them that at least they have made their impact, they have made their effort, and reaching the semi-final of this Commonwealth Game is not an easy feat. It's also a appreciable mark, and we give kudos to them that what we are all seeing that at least they need to do a bit further and move further ahead, because we can't continue to go into the Commonwealth Game and always not finish on the medal, or not making the medal table.
All right, yeah, there we have it, the medals table.
Australia
Yeah, of
still
course,
number one.
Australia still on top of the medals table, clearly with 32 goals as it stands so far, while England have, made it 23 goals at this point in time. Well, for New Zealand, they are the third on currently with 13 goals, doing well also, 7 silver and 5 bronze, while for Canada, who have moved on to the 4th position, now have 7 gold, 11 silver, 17 bronze. While for South Africa, still the leading country when it comes to African representatives, out there with 5 gold, 4 silver, 4 bronze, while for Scotland, with 2 golds, Wales 8 gold. Then for Nigeria, who are currently in 10th position, have 2 gold, 1 silver, 2 bronze, making it a total of 5 medals. For the other African representatives like Uganda still has just 1 bronze, 1 gold, and 1 just 1 medal so far. So for now,
Kenya has to one.
Oh, okay, yes, Kenya, yes, exactly, one bronze. But so far, South Africa and Team Nigeria showing the rest of Africa how it's done.
But yes, if you're looking at this medal table, I think if you compare to what happened yesterday, there's some little changes. Yes, although some still maintain their status quo. Australia still leading, but if you look at the gap between Australia and England has been closed up.
Yes, it's been narrowed.
Yesterday there was almost a wide gap, but now it's just 9 goal difference between the two. England, Australia is leading with 9 goal. With nine goal difference between them, and then New Zealand also increased their medal, and South Africa yesterday they have 4 gold medal, now today they have 5 gold medal, and Nigeria, despite winning a silver medal and even a bronze medal, they're adding to their medal, but they have been pushed downward to the number 10 from their number 9 position yesterday, and that is courtesy of Malaysia and Wales, who has also come on the medal table with 2 good and a better silver ahead of Nigeria. So. But I still believe that the medal table will keep on turning until we get to this on Saturday. Because Nigeria still has a prospect on other medal on other sports which we are very sure that we are going to win the medal. So I think all hope is not yet lost, and we will keep on pushing forward. I'll still keep on pushing forward until the final day. All I know that Nigeria will definitely be among the top 10 at the Commonwealth Games. But one sad story that is coming on for Commonwealth Games, that our only Rafiat Lawal, who break a world game record, who broke a 3 record of the game, who broke a 3 record of the game, has been excluded from the Swiss-based Swiss company leasing for Swiss rich makers leasing formed the record break, Commonwealth Games record breakers that are going to be honored on Thursday.
Was any reason given for that
No
decision?
reason has been given to that. Although the company is a Swiss-based rich watchmaker, the company in their statement released a list of the Commonwealth Games breakers who are going to be honored on Thursday, and down Thursday is going to be a laborious celebration, and the four athletes has been carefully named. Chris Murray of England, Chris Murray of England, who win 82 kg of weightlifting. Main lifting, even and then another one is a Canadian, then Australian athlete, and then the New Zealand athlete. Four of them. The New Zealand athlete is a swimmer, so four of them have been carefully selected. Who are only the who break it to 3 records to win a title was excluded from that list. And on Thursday, those 4 athletes who have been carefully selected as the record breaker will be honored at the game.
All right, so that's that for the medals table. And to our final story before we leave a bit of football, where Man City legend Sergio Aguero has faulted the club's decision to sell Raheem Sterling to Chelsea. Recall that the England international ended his 7-year stint at Man City by joining Chelsea earlier in the transfer window. However, speaking on his Twitch channel, Aguero said that as Man City may regret their decision. He said Man City has a habit of making strange decisions, adding that he doesn't understand why the Premier League champions would allow Sterling leave the Etihad. He said, I don't understand the sale of Sterling. There are times Man City makes strange decisions. Well, I think apart from him, a few other, football legends have also questioned the decision of, Man City selling. Some felt, okay, the sale of Gabriel Jesus was understandable, but selling Sterling just to accommodate the likes of Alvarez and Haaland was not good enough. Well, for me, it might be too early to judge Haaland, but judging from what he played in Community Shield, I mean, the social media was awash with all kinds of criticism. Some were saying this will be like another Timo Werner story, another Shevchenko, because recall that Timo Werner, before he came to the Premier League, Timo Werner was practically scoring goals for fun in the Bundesliga, but coming to the Premier League and he became a very, very ordinary and average striker. And in this move, I mean, speaking off record with some friends, I also said, look, the German League and the Premier League is only, and so many players have all actually struggled from making that switch from the Germany to England.
Even Michael Ballack, if you see, but
Yeah,
no, Michael
of
Ballack,
he did.
struggle.
But a lot of top strikers have struggled coming from the Bundesliga to England, because in that match, I mean, even Haaland, even properly controlling the ball, I think the pace of the game was just too fast for him. He was trying to really grapple, understand the game.
Well, just like you say, it's too early to judge.
Yeah.
It's too early to judge, and you still have time to adopt.
Yeah.
And let's see when the league starts. Then we'll begin to see, and it's always the scenario like that.
Yeah.
Welcoming play your first match, especially came into the club as a high-profile player.
Exactly.
There was a whole lot of expectation. Everybody wants at the moment you just kick the ball, you just kick and
Exactly.
goal, which is normally going to happen. So today, Lionel Messi, despite all he has done, all the record he has created, people are still complaining about his performance at the PSG. So it's happened to many top high-profile players, and I still believe that Haaland still have time to adjust and immediately make impact. I don't think Buffy is always making a very careful selection before he go for a player. For him to insist on Haaland, he knows what Haaland is going to bring to the club. There's still Man City fans and everybody is connected to Man City need to give Haaland time to adopt. But the one thing that always keep the player morale when this heavy criticism has started coming.
Exactly, and you're not showing the performance on the pitch.
It keep you under pressure, and if he's not lucky, and if the first league game now the same thing repeated and the second thing repeated, that will be the beginning of his story. He now begin to find problem either to have done even the coach and even the technical coach will get confused either to use him because of the reaction of the fans, and that will put more problem. But he need to shave off this immediately and get into the field. But talking about either they are going to regret of selling Sterling is another different. But even me as somebody who follow Premier League passionately, and maybe I'm also a bit confused what might have informed the decision of selling Sterling to Chelsea, a club like Chelsea. But another man lost, another man benefit, and I think that should be the benefit of success. And so far, even the success has not been able to even get the player they want. So maybe Raheem Sterling could be the blessing to them.
All right, viewers, that's all we have for you on today's episode of Sports. Obviously, don't forget, the Commonwealth is gradually hotting up. Team Nigeria, of course, it will be in more action later in the course of this day. And of course, tomorrow we'll be here to give you a complete review. And hope when we come back here tomorrow, we might have added to, our medal hall. If go, yeah, exactly, to our medal hall and moved up the medal table ranking. For Salifu, thank you once again for being here on this wonderful episode of Sports Orbit.
Always asking the team that is more good because it's good at move you up.
Yeah, definitely.
Other medal just doesn't have it. I'm not saying they are insignificant in moving you on the medal table, but once you click it to gold medal, it jack you up.
Definitely. All right, viewers, that's all we can give you today. I remain your host, Afa Acho. Stay safe out there, and it's bye-bye from here.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.